After a minute of awkward silence, Flash cleared his throat. I just want to thank you girls again for inviting me over to dinner. I didn't think you guys wanted to talk to me again after the way I treated you girls a few weeks ago. Rarity smiled warmly at Flash. You're very welcome, Flash, but don't feel so hard on yourself. You weren't yourself, and the sirens used their dark magic to hypnotize you to turn against us during the Battle of the Bands. No offense, girls. None taken, both sirens chorused. Rainbow Dash grinned. Plus, you've spent weeks on helping out our band to make up for it. So already you've earned our forgiveness in my book. And you've also been treating Twilight right and made her happy whenever she comes to visit us, Fluttershy said kindly. So we invited you over as our way to say thanks for helping us and being a good friend. As they say, the more the merrier, Pinkie chirped. All in all, you're a great guy, Flash, so we're more than happy that you joined us, said Sunset with a smile. Flash smiled. Thank you so much, girls. That really means a lot to me. Their moment was interrupted with a loud groan from Arya. Gag. Rainbow Dash glared at Arya. What's your problem? Arya narrowed her eyes at Rainbow Dash. Well, since you girls forgave Brad for his deeds... It's Flash, Flash pointed out. What about us? Arya asked briefly, ignoring Flash's annoyed look. Are we good enough for your book? Rainbow Dash was silent for a minute, still glaring at Arya. Finally, she replied. I can't speak for everyone here, but I can only forgive others that are truly sorry for what they have done and take their responsibilities for their actions. And it's also going to take some time in order to anyone to earn my trust. Arya narrowed her eyes even further. You didn't answer my question. Yes, I just did, Rainbow Dash responded coolly. Both Rainbow Dash and Arya kept glaring daggers at each other. The tension within the dining room was so thick you could just cut it with a knife. Adagio turned to Fluttershy. Is your country farmer friend done cooking our dinner yet? Fluttershy was caught off guard by Adagio's sudden question. Oh, I'm sure Applejack is almost done cooking. Right, Rarity? Oh, absolutely, darling, said Rarity, silently thanking Adagio for the changing of topic. When Applejack finishes her presentations with our meal, you'll be in for a real treat. Rainbow's anger instantly disappeared when she heard that Applejack's meal is almost ready. Oh boy, I can't wait to try out Applejack's cooking, Rainbow Dash said with glee, licking her lips with anticipation. Me too, said Flash. I haven't had a home-cooked meal since Mother left for polka school. Rainbow Dash stops licking her lips and turns to Flash with a perplexed look. Polka school? Before Flash could answer, Applejack came out through the kitchen door while carrying a steaming hot tray of her fully cooked meal with her oven mitts covered hands. Here it is, y'all, Applejack announced. Our Apple Family Special, Apple Casserole. I hope everyone's hungry. Everyone cheered that their dinner has finally arrived, except for the two sirens, who didn't care about their meal, and Rainbow Dash was still staring at Flash strangely from his own statement earlier. Polka school? Rainbow Dash asked again. Suddenly, Pinkie felt her ear flop, then her eye fluttered, and finally, her knee twitched. She gasped. Applejack, watch out for the... Sonata barged into the dining room through the kitchen door and accidentally knocked Applejack over, dropping the casserole onto the dining room floor in the process. The dinner was now ruined, much to everyone's dismay.
Oh my god!
Never mind, Pinkie mumbled. Hey everybody, Sonata announced cheerfully, oblivious to what she had done with the casserole. I hope I'm right on time for dinner! Sonata, you just ruined dinner, Sunset groaned. Sonata looked at Sunset queasily. Huh? How did I ruin dinner? Arya angrily grabbed Sonata by the shirt, pulled her towards the floor, and pointed out the ruined casserole. Sonata blinked. Oh. Sonata looked up and noticed the annoyed and angry looks from their friends as she realized that she is the one who unknowingly ruined their long-awaited dinner. Oops, Sonata muttered. Adagio facepalmed. Rainbow Dash groaned as she slammed her face onto the dining room table. I knew I should have taken some samples from the kitchen. I had, and it tasted great, Pinkie said cheerfully. Without moving her head, Rainbow shifted her eyes at Pinkie Pie and glared at her. Pinkie blinked at Rainbow's glare. What? Maybe we should all go out for dinner, Flasheye suggested. Everyone nodded their heads in agreement and was about to get up from their seats. No, wait, Sonata called out. No need for that. I can fix this. Before anyone stopped her, Sonata grabbed fistfuls of casserole and placed it back onto the tray, including dirty stuff that was on the floor. She then picked up the tray and placed it onto the table, and began to arrange the sloppy casserole with her bare hands, until she puts on the finishing touches onto the casserole. Despite her efforts, the casserole looked worse than it did before. It looked like someone had already eaten the whole thing, and then puked it back up into a huge pile. There! So, how does it look? Sonata asked. Applejack was now miserable and horrified after seeing her casserole fixed by Sonata. Everyone else, except for Pinkie, turned their heads away from it as they tried not to throw up from the sight of it. Pinkie studied the casserole carefully while stroking her chin. Not bad for an attempt to fix the casserole. It's not edible anymore at this point, but the craftsmanship looks pretty good, and artsy, depending on which angle you look at it from. Pinkie smiled and stuck up her thumb. I'll give it 3 stars! Sunset groaned and she tried not to look at Sonata's craftsmanship. So, where do you guys want to go to eat?